Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. Today's lesson is on multiplying a binomial by a binomial. Now, if you remember, binomials are algebraic expressions that contain two terms. This is a binomial right here. It has two terms. This is a monomial, just one term. This is a binomial, two terms, binomial, two terms. Now, last lesson we went over this, multiplying a binomial by a monomial. And it was a pretty simple task, and we'll just review it. You simply multiply the coefficients here, positive 4. You have to remember that there is a 1 here. It's not written, but this is a negative 1b. So positive 4 times negative 1 gives me negative 4. And b to the first and b to the first gives me b to the second. And then I multiply here. Positive 4b times positive 2a gives me 8 and a to the first, b to the first. So the answer is 8ab minus 4b squared. And again, the process is this. I multiply like this, and I multiply like that. Well, now, we're multiplying binomials by binomials. This is a binomial and a binomial. Well, the process is the same. We start out exactly as if this 3a were not here, and we multiply positive 4b times negative, remember this is a 1b, gives me negative 4b squared, and then positive 4b times 2a gives me 8ab. So again, we went like that and then like that. But now that we have the binomial here, now we multiply this times this and this times this. So we go positive 3a times negative 1b gives me negative 3ab. Oops, I'll have to move this line. I'll put it over here. Okay. And then I multiply this times this. 3 times 2 is 6. A to the first and a to the first gives me a to the second. So let me take this out and let me just review this concept. I hope that didn't confuse you. We have a binomial times a binomial. So we multiply the first term of the bottom binomial by the entire binomial. Positive 4 times 4b times negative 1b gives me negative 4b squared. Positive 4b times positive 2a gives me 8ab. Now I go to this term in the bottom binomial and I multiply both terms in the top binomial. So positive 3a times a negative 1b gives me a negative 3ab, and a positive 3a times positive 2a gives me 6a squared. So it's a to the first, a to the first. Now I combine my terms. Well, there's nothing to combine here, so this would be 4b squared. Now I have a positive 8ab and a negative 3ab. Well, positive 8 and a negative 3 would give me a positive 5, and I just bring the variables down, ab, and here I have 6a squared. So if I multiply the binomial 2ab times the binomial 3a plus 4b, my answer is 6a squared plus 5ab minus 4b squared. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of problems here. And then I'll give you some to do on your own. Let's take this binomial. 5x plus 6 and 2x plus 4. We have all positive numbers here. Make it easy for the first time. Okay, so we know we multiply both terms in the top binomial by the first term in the bottom binomial. So positive 4 times positive 6, positive 24. And now positive 4 times positive 5x gives me positive 20x. Now I multiply both terms here by this term of the bottom binomial. Positive 2x times positive 6 gives me positive 12x, and I put it right under there because both these terms are the same. This is x and x. And here I have positive 2x times positive 5x gives me 10x squared. And now I combine terms. 24 and nothing gives me 24. 20x plus 12x gives me 32x, positive 32x, and then 10x squared and nothing gives me 10x squared. Again, very simple. I multiply the top binomial by the first term in the bottom binomial, and that gives us this. And then I multiply the top binomial by the second term, and that gives us this. And then we combine our terms. Okay, so let's work on a couple of problems here. Put them up. Let's try this one. 2a plus b, and a minus 2b. Okay, so I have a binomial up here. 2a plus, and right away, remember this is 1b, even though the 1 is not there, this is 1b. And my bottom binomial is a, and remember this is 1a minus 2b. Again, I multiply the top, each term in the top binomial by one term in the bottom binomial. Minus 2b times positive 1b gives me minus 2b squared. Minus 2b times positive 2a gives me minus 4ab. Now I have to multiply both terms by this term. Positive a times positive b, positive 1a times positive 1b gives me positive ab, or 1ab. I don't write the 1. Positive 1a times positive 2a gives me 2a squared. Now I combine terms. Negative 2b, and there's nothing to combine it with, so it's 2b squared. Now a negative 4ab and a positive 1ab would give me a negative 3ab. And 2a squared and nothing would give me 2a squared. And so that's our answer. Well, good. Let's have you work on a couple of problems here and see if we can get this. This is not that difficult a concept once we understand the process of it. Let's try this one. 4x minus 2y and 3x minus y. And remember, this is a 1y. I want you to put the DVD on pause and work this problem and then turn it back on again, and we'll see how you did. Okay. Well, we have two binomials, top one and a bottom one. We know we have to multiply both terms in the top binomial by the first term here. So we know this is a 1y, negative 1y, times negative 2y would give me positive 2y squared. Negative 1y times positive 4x would give me a negative 4xy. Now we multiply both terms by this term. Positive 3x times negative 2y would give me a negative 6xy. Positive 3x, positive 4x gives us 12x squared. And now I combine our terms. Positive 2y squared and nothing is positive 2y squared. Negative 4xy, negative 6xy gives me negative 10xy. And 12x squared and nothing gives me 12x squared. Great, great. By the way, pardon me. You may, let's take a look at when we're multiplying like this. It's negative 1y times positive 4x. And the answer is negative 4xy. Even though we're multiplying by the y, we tend to put it in alphabetical order, and x comes before y. And you'll see that with a, b, and things like that also. Pardon me. Okay. Another problem for you. Let's try this one. 3x plus 4y, 2x minus 3y. Okay, put your DVD or video on pause, work this problem, and then we'll go over it. Okay, let's take a look at it. We have the binomial and a binomial. We know we're going to multiply the two terms in the top binomial by this term in the bottom binomial. Negative 3y times positive 4y gives me negative 12y squared. Negative 3y times positive 3x will give me a negative 9xy. Now I multiply both terms by this one. Positive 2x times positive 4y gives me positive 8xy. Positive 2x times positive 3x gives me 6x squared. Now I combine my terms. Negative 12y squared and nothing gives me negative 12y squared. Negative 8xy, positive 8xy, that would give me a negative 1xy, and notice we do not write the 1. And 6x squared, and nothing is 6x squared. Great, great. By the way, this problem many times will be written like this. 3x plus 4y times 2x minus 3y. And you simply just have to rewrite it in this form to use this way of solving. In our next lesson, we're going to be looking at a different way of multiplying a binomial by a binomial. There are two methods. This is more the traditional one, where we put one binomial under the other binomial. And on our next lesson, we're going to learn a different way of doing it. All right, one more quick problem for you. Let's take this. 5a minus 2b. I'm going to put it in this form. 2a minus 3b. Okay, go ahead and solve that problem for us. Put your DVD on pause, then turn it on and solve it. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is write it. I'm going to put this binomial underneath. So it'll be 2a minus 3b. And I'll get rid of our parentheses. And now, I know I'm going to multiply this binomial by this term. Negative 3b times negative 2b gives me 6, positive 6b squared. Negative 3b, positive 5a gives me negative 15ab. Positive 2a, negative 2b gives me negative 4ab. 2a and 5a gives me 10a squared. Okay, now let's combine. 6b squared and nothing is 6b squared. Negative 15ab, negative 4ab is negative 19ab. And 10a squared and nothing is 10a squared. Okay, well that's the skill set. Fairly easy. Good job. Now in the next lesson, we're going to be multiplying a binomial by a binomial and using a second method. And you can use either one is correct. Thank you very much. See you next time.